Hi guys, it's Tasha, and today I will be talking about my favorite books of 2016. These are not gonna be in order because I tried putting my favorite books in order last year and it was such a struggle, so I'm not even gonna attempt to do that this year. I have them right beside me in a huge pile and I'm just gonna go through them as they are. Let's all pretend that we don't know what my favorite book of 2016 is. For now, I'm gonna talk about my thoughts on all these other books. Not all of these are 5-star rated books, and I also don't have all the books that I rated 5 stars on this list. Starting off, my first favorite book of 2016 was The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. This is the first book in an adult fantasy series in which we follow Paige, who is a clairvoyant. She's a dreamwalker, so she can get into the minds of other people. She lives in this alternate universe, London, in which clairvoyant people are illegal, I guess. People don't want them around, so they hunt them and try to kill them. And one day, Paige is kidnapped and brought to this different place. Some crazy things happen, and it was incredible. This book was recommended to me by the lovely Anais from Clockwork Kitten, so thank you, Anais, for bringing this wonderful book into my life. Really enjoyed the world building in this, and Samantha Shannon's writing overall is just so engaging. I gave this 4.5 stars, and I recommend this to anyone who enjoys fantasy. And the third book, The Song Rising, comes out in March this year, and I'm so excited. Next on my list, I have The Secret History by Donna Tartt. In this fiction novel, we follow a group of university students that are part of this Greek class. The main character, Richard, he is new to this group. The others have all been friends for quite a while, but he always watched them from the outside and admired them. And then one day he becomes part of this Greek study group class. He gets to know all the others on a different level and soon realizes that they are quite messed up and a lot of messy things happen. I was absolutely mind blown by this. It was way out of my comfort zone because it's literary fiction and the writing can be quite dense. The chapters are over 100 pages long, so those were all things that kind of scared me about this book, but I enjoyed this so much. I really loved the characters. As messed up as they are, they were so fascinating. Weeks after I finished it, I was still thinking about it, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This was a masterpiece. Another favorite was Night Film by Marisha Pessl. This is an adult mystery / thriller. In Night Film, we follow this journalist, Scott McGrath, as he tries to figure out what happened to this girl, Ashley Cordova. Her father is a director. He makes really messed up movies, and this journalist, Scott, he's been trying to figure out things about this man, Cordova, for years, and now that his daughter died, Cordova's daughter, Scott wants to know what happened to her. Things in this book went in a direction I wasn't even expecting. At parts, it was pretty scary. There were some scenes, in particular one, that really got to me and made me feel super anxious. But overall, this book was really good. I really enjoyed it, and it made me want to read more mystery / thrillers as well as more adult novels. I gave this 4 stars. And something else I really liked about this book is that it has a bit of mixed media in there, like news articles and websites and pictures, which made the reading experience a bit more fun. My next favorite is The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson. This is book 2 in the Remnant Chronicles, and I read the complete trilogy this year, but the second book, The Heart of Betrayal, was definitely my favorite in the series. In this trilogy, we follow Leah, our main character. She is a runaway princess. On her wedding day, she flees her kingdom with her best friend, and they take residence in this little village where she is not known. Little does she know, she is followed by the prince she was supposed to marry, and an assassin who is supposed to kill her. Book 1 blew me away. Without talking too much about what book 2 was about, What I loved most about this book is where it took place. They were in a different kingdom in this book, and I really love the way that Leah changed in this book and who she became in this book, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. The Diviners by Liv Bray was another favorite. The main reason why this book became a favorite was the narration of the audiobook, which I listened to as I was reading this physical book. The narration of the audiobook was incredible. The way she gave each character their own voice and made it seem like there were several voice actors in this was so good. The Diviners takes place in 1920s New York. We mainly follow Evie as she moves there to her uncle. Yeah, she moves there to live with her uncle because in her hometown, people figured out that Evie was quite unique. She has this supernatural power. And then soon after, some weird supernatural things start to happen, and she investigates them with her uncle and some other people. Yeah, this was just really engaging, really fun. I loved all the characters. I'm pretty sure I gave this 4.5 stars. Next on my list is Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is book 2 in the Illuminae Files trilogy. I think it's gonna be a trilogy. This is a science fiction series. It is so much fun to read and so engaging. The entire book is put together by case files, is put together by chats, like video footage and files and whatnot. The plot can be a bit hard to follow, but for me, once I got into it, everything did make sense. I also read book 1 this year, but book 2, Gemina, was definitely my favorite of those two. We follow a different set of characters in this book. I just had so much more fun reading about these two. I gave this 5 stars. When We Collided by Emery Lord was my favorite contemporary. We follow Jonah, who recently lost his father, and Vivi, who just moved into this town, and they meet each other and their worlds collide. It was so beautiful. So beautiful. This book deals with loss and mental health. The one thing I didn't like about this book was the insta-love, but it also kind of really worked with this story, and it was just incredible. I cried so much. Emery Lord became a new favorite author with this book. I gave this 4.5 stars. So beautiful, yet so heartbreaking. Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Obviously, I had to put this on my favorites list. Six of Crows was one of my favorite books of 2015. Crooked Kingdom was one of my favorites of 2016. Leigh Bardugo is such an amazing author. I have a book talk up for this book, which I will link down below, where I go a bit more in depth about my favorite things and just my thoughts on this book. To me, Crooked Kingdom was an amazing conclusion to this duology. I never knew what was gonna happen in this book because everything kept twisting and turning and there was so much scheming going on. I'm so sad that this is over and we won't get any more of these characters. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Couldn't give it any less. Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire was such a wonderful, magical story. It was way too short, but that way I just cherished each page even more. I can't even say what exactly made me love this so much. In Every Heart a Doorway, we follow characters that have been to other magical worlds like Wonderland and Narnia and whatever else there is. After they come back into the normal world and find it difficult to adjust back into their normal life, they can be brought into Eleanor West's Home for Wayward Children. And I gave this 4.5 stars. My only issue was that it was way too short, but still definitely worth the read. This is Future Tasha, because I realized I forgot a book on my favorites list. I listened to the audiobook of Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. This is a nonfiction book in which Jenny Lawson talks about her mental health issues and how she deals with them. This was so hilarious. I laughed out loud several times, but then there were also so many meaningful parts of this book, just very encouraging. Jenny Lawson suffers from several mental disabilities, and I personally do suffer from anxiety, but not as severe as she does. I could still relate to so many things that she was talking about. This book just meant so much to me, and I'm definitely gonna buy a physical copy of this so I can reread certain parts over and over again. Also, her marriage is relationship goals. And the fact that Jenny Lawson narrated this herself just made it so many more times better. It was brilliant. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. And now, do I even have to mention it? The Foxhole Court by Nora Sakovic. This book is really throwing off my white balance. This book changed me. This book just changed me in a way I never thought possible. I thought I had been hung up on books before, but then this series happened and I read it in February, so almost a year ago, and I'm still as obsessed as I was at the beginning. In a way, this series ruined me, but in the best way possible. These characters mean so much to me. So much to me. I want to start crying just thinking about them. If you somehow have not heard me ramble about this series, The Foxhole Court follows a group of misfits that play this fictional sport called Exy in a college team, and our main character, Neil Jostin, he has been on the run from his crime lord father for several years, almost like more than half his life, and he ends up in this Exy team and he's just trying to survive, but he also loves Exy so much. I could go on forever, but I also have a video all about what the series is about and the characters and reasons why you might enjoy it. I will link it down below. I don't even know what else to say. Every time someone has messaged me telling me they started reading this book or read the entire series because of me, just warms my heart. And as Gemma said perfectly, here's to another year of being Andriel trash. Because that's what I am. So these are my favorite books of 2016. I would love to know if you have read any of these or what your favorite books of 2016 were. Tell me down below in the comments. Here's to another year of reading wonderful books. I hope you enjoyed watching this. That was it for this time, and I will see you next time. Bye!